it's good to see all of you. I don't see you, but you see me. And hopefully there's more than one or two people. But anyway. Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? Okay, we're going to do some warm-ups. You know, like before you go swimming or you warm up before you run. Most athletes warm up. Well, we're going to do some warm-ups. And I'm going to ask you to do something and you do it. Put your finger in the air, in the air. Put your finger in the air, in the air. Put your finger in the air. Put your finger everywhere. Put your finger in the air, in the air. Now this is a tough one. Stick out your tongue. Stick out your tongue in the air, in the air. Stick out your tongue in the air, in the air. Stick out your tongue in the air. Stick out your tongue everywhere. Stick out your tongue in the air, in the air. Pull on your ear in the air, in the air. Pull on your ear in the air, in the air. Pull on your ear in the air. Pull on your ear everywhere. Pull on your ear in the air, in the air. Blink your eye in the air, in the air. Blink your eye in the air, in the air. Blink your eye in the air. Blink your eye everywhere. Blink your eye in the air, in the air. Okay. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them, put them in your lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right into your chin. Open wide your little mouth, but do not let them in. Can you do it faster? Let's see if we can do it a little faster. Open, shut them, give a little clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right onto your chin. Open wide your little mouth, but do not let them in. Let's see if we can do it even faster. You ready? Okay. Open, shut them, give a little clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right onto your chin. Open wide your little mouth, but do not let them in. Once again, I'm in my dress and my apron, and I'm going to come closer so you can see my tummy. We're talking about scarecrows. Now, scarecrows look like little people, but they're just clothes stuffed with straw, put up on a pole to scare away the crows from eating the corn in the field and other animals. I know no lady who swallowed a hat. Right off the bat, she swallowed a hat. Imagine that. I know no lady who swallowed a pair of jeans. She didn't give beans if she swallowed those jeans. She swallowed the jeans if she swallowed the hat. Imagine that. I know no lady who swallowed a flannel shirt. Believe it or not, it didn't hurt. She swallowed the shirt after she swallowed the jeans, swallowed the jeans after she swallowed the hat. Imagine that. I know no lady who swallowed some straw. That's what I saw when she swallowed that straw. She swallowed the straw after she swallowed the shirt, swallowed the shirt after she swallowed the jeans, swallowed the jeans after she swallowed the hat. Imagine that. I know no lady who swallowed a post. Oh, that's not so good. She was white as a ghost. She swallowed a post after she swallowed some straw, swallowed some straw after she swallowed the shirt, swallowed the shirt after she swallowed the jeans, swallowed the jeans after she swallowed the hat. Imagine that. I know no lady who swallowed a scarecrow. I don't know how she swallowed that scarecrow. Imagine that. Well, I'm going to take off my apron and I'm going to show you a scarecrow. The story is called The Lonely Scarecrow. And that's what a scarecrow looks like. It looks like a person that's stuffed with straw, only the clothes are stuffed, and it hangs on a post to scare away the birds. And this is called The Lonely Scarecrow by Tim Preston and illustrated by Maggie Neen. A Lonely Scarecrow. In the middle of a field, under the sky the color of cornflowers, stood a scarecrow. He had a scary face, but a kindly heart. More than anything, he wished that the animals and birds would be his friend. But the creatures of the field were afraid of the scarecrow's flapping coat and big black hat. They were afraid of his beady eyes and his crooked nose and his jagged metal mouth. I'm not sure how they make the metal mouth, but we see the nose is is a carrot, and there's a scarf on him. But the animals were afraid of him. In the spring, the scarecrow watched the animals play at the edge of his field. He watched the birds as they made their nests. He watched the carefree tumblings of fox cubs and rabbits, and he listened to the noisy ducklings by the pond. And all the time, the animals watched the scary scarecrow, but they never came near. Each day, the swaying wheat in the field grew taller, and the scarecrow lost sight of the animals. He lost even the happy song of the lark, which is a bird. Drowned out by the whispering of the wheat, marooned in his golden sea, the scarecrow lost hope of ever making friends. Then the combine monster came to harvest the wheat. It's a big machine that cuts the wheat. The animals hid from its churning jaws and the ravaged acres of mud and the stubble that it left behind. They also hid from the scarecrow, who stood alone now in the empty field. Well, here's that combine. And if we look really carefully, you can see way in the back the scarecrow. From the north came a sly breeze that stole the leaves from the trees and the light from the days. The animals hurried home to their warm burrows and cozy nests, burrowing like when you burrow in the bed. And the scarecrow felt even lonelier, for he knew winter was coming. And see how the wind is blowing his scarf and his coat and his arms? I'm surprised he still has his carrot nose. Snow fell heavily one night and kept on falling. It fell on the bare, still woods and on the silent fields. Slowly it covered the ground where the scarecrow stood. In the morning, the animals woke to a world that had changed. A thick blanket of snow covered the frozen earth. The scarecrow seemed to have vanished, too. In his place stood a jolly snowman. Well. It snowed on him, and now he doesn't flap in the breeze because the weight of the snow. The creatures played happily in the field, rolling and tumbling in the snow around the scarecrow. And the scarecrow? Well, he was as cheerful and bright as the sunny winter day. You know why he's happy. Look at all the friends he's made. Although he was happy, the Scarecrow was afraid of what would happen when he lost his snowy coat. He was afraid that the animals would shrink from his twisted shape. Most of all, he was afraid he would be alone again. And then the snow began to thaw or melt. The snow slipped off the Scarecrow's shoulders and dripped from the brim of his hat, that edge of his hat. When the last patches of snow fell from his face, the animals looked up in wonder. Could the friendly snowman be the same scary creature they had feared for so long? As the warmth of spring stirred the brown earth, the Scarecrow felt a bird peck at his hat, and a mouse nestle in the folds of his coat. And the Scarecrow knew that he would never be lonely again. Even though his face looked scary, they know. The end. I have with me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little scarecrows. Let's even hold them with one hand here. Get this guy over here. Okay. These are 5 little scarecrows on a sunny fall day. The first one said, "It's a beautiful autumn morn." The second one said, "We're here to protect the corn." The third one said, "I'll shoo the crows today." The fourth one said, "Let's work hard and then we'll play." The fifth one said, "The crows are flying away." Then the 5 little scarecrows took a break to run and play. The crows didn't dare snack on field corn that day. Well, that's 5 scarecrows, a lot more than 1. Okay, we're going to do this without any props. We're going to do, if you're a scarecrow and you know it, nod your head. So you can nod your head, and then you can flap your arms, because it's going to flap in the breeze, and you can move your legs. You can sway in the wind, sway in the wind, and you can say goodnight. All right? If you're a scarecrow and you know it, nod your head. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, nod your head. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, nod your head. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, flap your arms. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, flap your arms. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, flap your arms. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, move your legs. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, move your legs. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, move your legs. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, sway in the wind. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, sway in the wind. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, sway in the wind. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, say goodnight. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, say goodnight. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a scarecrow and you know it, say goodnight. Good night. First the body, then the head. A big straw hat, and a scarf of red. Buttons for eyes, a parrot nose. A mouth made of stitches. In two smiling rows. Well, here's my scarecrow. It's a happy scarecrow. I am a happy scarecrow, stuffed up to my eyes with straw. I am supposed to scare the birds and animals. That just seems to be the law. I wave my head and legs and arms to cause the animals such alarms. Sadly, they seem to like me. I think that is my flaw. Well, here she comes. Mrs. Wishy-Washy by Joy Cowley. And if you haven't done Mrs. Wishy-Washy before, and those of you who know it can do this right now, Mrs. Wishy-Washy puts her hands on her hips. And then she puts her hand to her brow and she goes, "Oh!" And then she points. And there's a cow in the story, and the cow jumps in mud. And there's a pig in the story, and the pig rolls in the mud. You can roll in the mud. And get ready to paddle, because the duck paddles in the mud. Paddle, 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 paddle. Now the best part is when they get washed, because they're all muddy. And so they go like this. And let's do this. Wishy-washy, wishy-washy. It's just like a old kind washing machine that goes back and forth and back and forth. Now I think it goes around. I'm not sure. Mrs. Wishy-Washy. And these animals love mud, so they yell, "Oh, lovely mud." So if you want to do that with me, you can. "Oh, lovely mud," said the cow. And she jumped in it. "Oh, lovely mud," said the pig. And he rolled in it. "Oh, lovely mud," said the duck. And she paddled in it. Paddle, 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 paddle. Making a mess. Okay, now let's get ready, because here comes Mrs. Wishy-Washy, hands on her hips. Along came Mrs. Wishy-Washy. Hand to her brow. "Oh, just look at you," she screamed. Now she's going to point. "In the tub you go." In went the cow. Wishy-washy, wishy-washy. In went the pig. Wishy-washy, wishy-washy. In went the duck. Wishy-washy, wishy-washy. Now, hands on her hips, because we're Mrs. Wishy-Washy, and she says, "That's better," said Mrs. Wishy-Washy, and she went into the house. Away went the cow, away went the pig, away went the duck. Okay, we can shout this if there's not a sleeping baby. Don't do it if you've got a sleeping baby or an adult that has to sleep during the daytime. "Oh, lovely mud," they said. The itsy-bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Then the itsy-bitsy spider went up the spout again. Well, I have with me a spider, and I'd like you to meet him. But you know, there's a problem. He's kind of shy. So we kind of have to make him feel wanted. to invite him to come out, because he's so shy he won't come out. Messy little guy, isn't he? Legs all over the place. It shouldn't be. Okay. Let's, on the count of 3, say, "Oh, spider, come out." Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. "Oh, spider, come out." He's not coming out. Wonder how we can get him to come out. I know. Let's say it louder. Maybe he didn't hear us, okay? Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. "Oh, spider, come out." He's not coming out. I wonder what's going to make him come out. He's kind of like a turtle. I know. We were loud. Maybe we were too loud. Let's whisper it this time, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. "Oh, spider, come out." Ah, there he is. There he is. Very happy to be out. Okay. "I am busy, I am busy," said the spider, "very, very busy, very, very busy, spinning my web, spinning my web." Okay, repeat after me. "I am busy, I am busy," said the spider, "story hour is over, story hour's over, see you next week, see you next week." Wave bye-bye. Wave bye-bye.